up and gold will be buying. But yesterday, it was very surprising that the DSY is selling seriously and gold is selling seriously, right? And we have the likes of euro, pound buying against the dollar. So all this, they are what was playing out is just fundamentals, and we as a trader, louder please. Okay, can you hear me clearly now? Please, if you can hear me, let me know. Am I audible? Hello, can somebody hear me? Yes, my voice is small. My voice is small. Okay. Maybe I should move earpiece. Okay, how's my voice now? Is it better? Is the voice clear now? No, quite loud enough.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Not okay. Okay, really good. Okay. So what is happening in the market is just fundamental is playing out. And I must tell you sincerely, we don't have control over all these fundamentals, especially when it comes to a fundamental that's not here, that's not on a fundamental that's not in forest factory. The only fundamental that we have control over is fundamental here. That okay, maybe like this AUD CPI now, we know that it's negative, there may be so, but any other fundamental that pop up that we don't have control over, like just what's happening, like with Iran, Trump placed the biggest bet on his high stake presidency. You can see all these things. These are the things that happens. The US airstrike on Iran, however, may represent Trump's largest gamble yet. Why the potential for political reward is high and largely dependent on whether Trump can maintain the fragile peace he is trying to forge between Iran and Israel. Experts say there is a downside risk of event and spilling out of Trump's control while he is a spectacle America public watch. So with this, with the intervention of Trump to the US, to the Israel and Iran issue, with the launch of the airstrike, all those things, so investors are afraid if there may be it. So all these things has impacts in the markets. And that's what is playing out that we don't have control over. So I can tell you with this period, a lot of people will blow accounts if you don't know what you are doing, if you don't put risk management. A lot will blow accounts, a lot of people will lose stop account, many account will stop loss. Stop loss is about to be hit in this period. But that's why I always preach. Don't take too much trade. One trade at a go. Risk 1% of your account. If you are taking two trade, divide the two trade into 1% of your account. Let's say 0.5, 0.5. It means that if those trade hit stop loss, you just hit 1% and out of the market. Don't do a revenge trade. And if you have a small account, determine which amount of money you're going to be risk. For example, you have $100, anything small account, anything $200 below is a small account. So on that account, you can't say you want to risk 1% of $50 or $100. It will be small. So what I do in such a case, I say, okay, I have $100 account, right, or $200. From this $100, I'm comfortable to lose $10. So I will not base my risk on monetary term. If I lose $10 in one trade, it will not affect me. I know another trade will give me money. So I will risk $10. So if I want to take two trades, all I will do is that I will divide the $10 into $5. then I will take two trade with $5, which means if I'm taking $5 as $5 per trade, my risk, if I'm using 50 pips, I divide 50 pips by 5 divided by 10, it will get, at least 0. So 0.01, 50 pips is $5. And if you are taking one trade, 50 pips will give you 0.02. 0.0 will give you 100 pips stop loss. So with that, even when you use stop loss, you will not blow your account. So please, this period we are, this war between now, yesterday now, what recalls yesterday issue was Trump call off a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Now, with that ceasefire also, it's a lot of, you see a lot of things reacting. Now, he now said, okay, that China cannot buy oil from Iran. For a long time, there will be a up and down between China and Iran in oil exchange. So now Trump has interfered, okay, China, because it's the same US that said China raised a ban on China buying oil from Iran because of this all this thing Barbarossa that is going on. But when he called out for a ceasefire now, yesterday, he now said, okay, China, you can go ahead and buy oil from. So with all this, we had impact in the market, whether with Japanese yen or with USD or all these things, the market will react to all this. And if you look at oil sold off. Immediately Trump said there should be they should cease fire. Look at what happened to oil. Sorry, the internet is somehow. Look at what happened to oil, guys. Oil sell off. Let me go to smaller time frame. Monthly before. So we have oil that was already in a good distance before. Oil sold off. BTC sold off. Why US stock rise? So all these things, these are what is playing out. This network should be reset this morning. So we as a trader control on the fundamental. So please from this end. Let's go to now. Okay. So I'm starting with DSY now. Now there's something that caught my attention from the monthly time frame on DSY, because I begin to what this selling off this year, since beginning of this year, dollar has been selling off. But now we are coming to a critical place. So this is a monthly, and this is a 2-decade chart formation here that I brought in. This is 2-month decade formation. So when we first see, I want us to see, we see how this guy really bottom here. Then we have this touch again that bounce, and price now. Look at how price is coming to the same trend line now. So this is 20. Here is 2011, and between 2011 and 2021, this 10 years. So see how price rally up for 10 years, price came to bottom, and we have price swing again. Now between this second touch, then it's coming to the top touch now, which is 2025. This is what time? 2021 to 2025. So this is 4 years. Now, the rules of the engagement of trend line, when we have first touch, second touch, third touch, the tendencies that price will bounce for third touch is 80%. It's when it come back for the fourth touch that a breakout may likely to happen. So this third touch, the chances for price to bounce is 80%. Then the 20%, maybe if dollar continue weakening, we may see a breakout. But, and we are seeing as price has come to this trend line, this decade 2021 trend line, that we now see a reaction from smaller time frame. So we are currently in a serious, critical zones that we may likely see a relief, a bounce from dollar, which can give us, and what we can see here now, we can see a trend line liquidity. So if we receive a bounce here, which means a bullish in dollar, if it develop here, maybe for the rest of the year, we may express a bullishness in dollars. And if we close below this trend line, the rest of the year, we may experience a bearish in dollar. So dollar now is in a very critical area that price may likely bounce. So now, so let's come to daily time frame now. So we are currently on daily time frame, and we can see that a kind of bounce is occurring between on this low. So, but in a nutshell, dollar is still much bearish. It's more bearish from higher time frame. As long from this for daily time frame and weekly, as long as we are still below this trend line, we are still bearish. So we see our price tried to break out, but there was a fail and dollar came back now to retest this support. So now I'm much concerned that dollar may rise. The reason is, when we look at this daily time frame, we have a break of structure here, and this is our protected high. Now price came back, so we're expecting, at least if the sell will continue, for price to do what? To bearish, to bullish, to at least a premium before another round of sell. So what we can see now, we are seeing in a buy territory. And now the sell-off yesterday failed to take out this low. So which means there's tendencies that we could have dollar regaining back strength. So we'll come to 4 hours down DSY, because it's the father. Everything that will happen, whether gold or gold or other currency. Yesterday, due to the boost bars that is happening, we see how this guy create a gap and sold up. The gap now, there's tendency that today this gap may likely feed up. It may feed up and hit this trend line and come back. That's what I don't know. But if you see another break of this daily trend line, then that could be what? A strength for. So we want to see price giving us this type of structure from 4 hours. So for us to really assume that we are bullish on dollar. So you can see how price get to this. So now trend line, a breakout, a retest, price will buy to this zone, a break test, then the next zone will be on this zone. So, and if this guy start that decade trend line is still here. So there's tendency that we may see maybe a collapse to this trend line here, a proper retest of the trend line, then that will not cause a high, a bullishness in the what will play out within this, between this trend line and between this daily trend line and this one here, right? So now if dollar is rising, what will not happen to other currency? It means that we'll be looking for a sell opportunity. Let's look at euro. What happened to euro? Euro, you can see we still fail to close above this high. All we see here is that we saw a close. Now, I was not expecting price to come back to this high because though we have been on 4 hours, we have been bullish, but here we change character. Then I think I was selling around here. And my stop loss was here, but I was hit. So that's part of trading. So now, way out now, I have seen that price failed to close, on 4-hour time frame. So price failed to close above this high. And now what we can see is a liquidity sweep and price is retracing. I know some people is already selling, but I don't trade this way. So I need to see a very clear directions. So now demand is still in control. So for me to engage for selling now, I need a demand. I need price to break demand. A 4-hour candle close in this nature, then this will not be what? A trade which I will engage. So this is how I would love to trade Euro USD. This is my view on Euro USD. If it play out, so if I want to engage in any sell again, then this is what I want to see. And other way around, price can turn to this demand now, and we have price breakout. And that's why you should not sell anything yet. So we can have price. So two things. Now, currently, because this bullish price has not, all we can see now, this bullish candle here, every candle you see, 1, 2, 3, is called inside bar. So we have not seen price successfully close. So we want to see price successfully close above this wick, or see that will cause a bullish. I will want to see another sell candle successfully close below the wick, that will cause a bearish. And if we are bearish, this will be my target here, because we have a lot of imbalances you can see all these places are imbalanced, and there's a kind of liquidity below here, which can be a target. So if price give us a break, a change of character, then look for a sell, then this trend line here would be for my target. So these are the two ways I will be waiting for Euro USD to give out before I can engage in sell again. Since my first order has hit stop loss by this week, so I will not be hurried to what? to take another trade from on this Euro USD. Likewise, GU. You can see now that GU is also in the same position. We have swept out liquidity and price to close above. If price close above here, then guys, we'll continue bullish maybe to this next zone here. So that is formation for, and we have price close below this demand, then we can look for a sell that will take price back to this initial low. This will not become what? Our drawn on liquidity. So this is very straightforward. All we need to do is to be patient in order for us to engage in a quality trade. I do not expect price will come back here, but because of the fundamentals, you can see how price just triple up. Now, some people may say that we can also engage this in a form of, okay, let's engage this again, like this guy now, okay, in another direction that we can look at this trade. So this is the high that breaks structure, right? This high has not been violated. Until this high violated totally, before we can say we have a proper change of character. Whatever that happened here, though, is an internal change of character. We can say, okay, internal change of character here. Okay, let's assume that this guy is internal change of character. So let's call this place a change of character for us. Now, so if we assume this place is a change of character or change of shift in market structure for us, it means that we are expecting price to make a pullback, right? A pullback for us to buy back. So we are still right. So whether we consider this place a change of character or we consider everything here as one movement, as one impulse, so we can still make money from this low, at least to engage price, maybe to sell, to do what? To sell to this place, and we book our profits. So if I want to buy GU now, if I consider this place as a buy, because the reason why I would love to consider this place as a change of character is because of this low here. There was a liquidity sweep here. So there was a liquidity sweep here. So if we have a liquidity sweep, we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have a break of structure. So here now, because here now becomes shifting market structure for us. So if we want to buy, we want to buy from this demand zone. So this place is good to buy. And it means that now the price failed to sweep high here. If I engage a sell from here, I can still secure, let's say I engage a sell anything from here. So I can still secure about close to 150 pips. Then from this zone also. So here will be my take profit instead of this low, because price may not come to this low. So instead of this low, I can take profit here and look for a buy setup to go long again. So these are the ways we'll be looking at. But firstly, before we sell, we need price to a 4-hour candle to close below this supply, which is a demand for now. A close here, a retest, then we engage price to this place. I believe that is very, very straightforward. Gold. Now, gold, let's go to daily time frame. Now, gold sold off to this a critical this demand here. So we are currently in this demand and we have rejections. So buy from this demand will also be good if we look for a buy from that demand. So the next demand, if price fail here, the next demand is here. But here now, It's like here is go to whole price. So let's go to 4 hours. So 4 hours, you can see how price reject. So let's go to 1 hour now. So now look for our entry formation. As there's a gap here, which price will come and cover up, but I don't know when. So now, how do we engage this now? Price is currently, so to engage this now, when your price playing out from this, then put this bar here, turn it to yellow, turn to yellow. All right, we have that bar. So you want to wait for a successful close above this bar. A successfully close, a retest of it, or maybe when you see a bullish candle, 1 hour close, you can engage your buy. Then this can be your target. That is one. Then second, maybe a pullback, then which will give us the engagement. So if we are waiting for a pullback, where are we waiting for a pullback to? Let's use our Fibo level from this low to this high. So you can wait for a pullback to 61.8 Fibo or 71 and look for a buy opportunity. So and when you are buying for around here, your stop loss will come below here. So this is how you engage the two-way to engage this guy. Here now is a confirm under this 1 hour, we have a confirm break of structure from 1 hour. So here we have, we can consider this a confirmed break of structure. So let me label it. So we have a break of structure to the downside. So we have a liquidity that formed before this down. So everything here is still one leg. So this is our daily range on 1 hour on gold. That's our daily range, which you will know as a protected high. So if you have a protected high, then from this swing high to this swing low, to engage a sell again, you can see that to engage a sell again, it will be from when price close that gap. So as price grow that gap, we may see a sell from that zone again, from that. So that is where we engage a sell again. So engage a sell around here, price will fill this gap. From there, you can look for a weakness in bearish, and look for sell. So that is it. So this is my takes on gold this morning. So we look at price give us a lower leg, because if you are buying here now, where will your stop loss be? Answer that. Let's say where price is and you press a buy, your stop loss will be here. That is too high. So, but if you break now this low, your stop loss, once you see a breakout that close above here with a breakout with body with momentum and close, here will now become your protected low. So you can put your stop loss low here and engage your buy, then push to this place. So these are the two ways that the gold will play out. I don't want to go to 15-minute time frame. This is the time frame I love to analyze gold from. And if you say you want to sell, some people say, okay, if you are coming here, let me quickly sell. Fine, you can say I make money. You are in total control of your trading decision. But what if you sell at price breakout? So it's better you trade, when you enter a trade safe, and if you hit stop loss, you know that it's not your fault. But when you blindly rush into trade, then that can be a disaster. It means that you don't have strategy. Some people are just trading, they don't have strategy.
Yeah,
they don't have strategy. Good
morning, Val.
Oh, Mr. Jerry.
Yeah, morning.
Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Morning.
sir.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for that wonderful section. Yes, I just want to add to what you just said regarding the gold. Um, that zone where it is now, we may likely see perhaps maybe a breakup uh, on that zone. The reason being that there's a change in character already from the low of yesterday. The price moved up with a very nice momentum and then breaching the high where you have your small area, the area where price, yes, breaching the high of that yesterday, of that zone rather. So we may likely be seeing an upside movement to actually tap into that gap you talked about. Uh, Price could also make a pullback slightly. There is a small, what I wanted to point your eye to is, yes, there's a fair value gap there. There's a very small one, but yes, that's that zone exactly. It's a very small one. That price could tap, price could come back to that zone to find a base and then move up from there. That's if it doesn't clear the high where it is, it might tap into that zone, pick up the fill up the gap and then move from that point. Please, can you use your Fibonacci? Let's see if Fibonacci is coinciding with that gap. Yeah,
Yes, 61. That place should be
fantastic.
61. Yes.
Fantastic. So that's 61.8. So that's a very good zone where we can be looking at taking a buy if price don't break above that zone where it is. So if it comes into that place, since 61.8, whenever we have a concision like this, 61.8 with a fair value gap, inside a fair value gap, it's always a very good zone where we can position to, yes, buy it up to that zone. So please, we can put your eyes on those zones as price begin to unfold. Let's see what happens from the fundamental. We are hearing the peace talk between Trump and Israel and Iran. Maybe that could ease, create some ceasefire. So if there's ceasefire, maybe dollar could gain some strength, begin to gain some strength. But if we see a retaliation from the Iranian military, this could create some fears and uncertainty, and people may start buying gold again. So, like Val, you talked about, we are still within the two ranges. We begin to watch and see what happens. Once price breaks above any of these ranges, then that direction could be sustained maybe for the next couple of weeks. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you, sir. So that is good. Put your eyes. So move forward to some of other USD pair. So likewise, NZUSD. So we are just waiting for strength. When strength comes to dollar, we have a good sell from GU, EU, NU, and AU. So this one also, we can see we have a very good. In fact, I love all this market. It's just that even if it's not the fundamental that is playing out, we will have made good money this week because these are very, very good setup. You can see how we have been playing inside this range. Then finally, we have a breakout. It will give us a breakout structure. I love when price breakout. Now, this is where we break out from. This is the range where we break out, where we change a break of structure. Where price give us a change of a break of structure and create liquidity. This leg is an inducement liquidity. I love it so much. Then before we have a pull down. So as price is coming, it has created liquidity. It make this high a very strong and a protected high. So all these trades are very good setup. I tell you, for me, based on my strategy, I consider all this setup, the one of GU, EU, NU now, and AU that will show you, they are very A plus setup. But what is playing out now because of the growth bar that is happening in the world. But let's see as this guy play out. Let's see what will happen. So now this is a very clear direction. Price has given us direction that there's tendency for us to trade to this low even before anything buy can happen. So we will keep our eyes. Now you can see we have price has come to a very strong premium. So price is over between that premium. And let's see the way it go. Now, if price break to this high back, if we have a break, if we have price break out again, so this guy, then this guy will come. So I will shift from a bearishness to what? To bullish. Then this trend line, this place will be the next target. So you can see the way I used to break chart down. I don't make things. So when you have a clear direction, what the market can do, you have plan A and plan B. So your plan A, you hit your stop loss, then it means that the market has changed. Then you accept your loss, then you turn to plan B. So this one now is still much in a bearish. I can tell you, as long as this high stands, it's a protected high. So let's see the way this guy will go out. So what you can do, like I said earlier, all you just do, you can put a trend line here. So it means that we will now wait for small time frame confirmation. We'll now wait for what? Small time frame confirmation. So all you need to see is we have this low now. Let price break this low. So immediately price break this low now, then we can now be sure that no, price will go down. So this is how we now gauge the next action, the next trade. So this is my view on SZD USD, just like the way Euro and GU work out. So we are seriously looking at a strength from dollar will give us a very good sell. This if I begin to sell, this place will be my drawn liquidity. That's how I trade. And from here to here now, I can have like about 2.5 arrow reward ratio or 3 R. So which is not bad. Like the chef I posted yesterday, it take 5 days to deliver. I don't mind in 5 days, a trade delivered for you 3 R for 5 days or 1 week. Even though it's or 1 week, that 3 R last one is multi-target for some people. For big traders, 2 to 2% monthly. So if you have one single trade that play out, that gives 3 arrow for 5 days, is a good trade. So I'll be looking at this consciously and look at what price we do as price begin to give us a smaller time frame change of character that will give us a bearish look. The same thing is working out on AU. The same thing on AU. We have the CPI on AU yesterday. A CPI that came out negative. This should weaken the AU as dollar begin to gain strength. So all I'm waiting for is also a smaller time, a confirmation. I begin to see what you can see now on 4 hours. You can see that the momentum. I taught us some weeks ago. I said there are many ways we engage trade. You can also engage trade by momentum. Now look at when price is going up. Look at this momentum, how strong. But when price get to premium, you can see how the momentum begin to weaken. So this is a sign of weakness that buyers and we now have few buyers. The rate of buyers we have here, let's say we have 100 people buying low. As price get to this place, we only have 30%, 70%, they've take their profit out. Because why? They know that this break of structure is coming from higher times, is coming from higher time frame, a daily time frame that give us a break of structure. So as they push from this demand, and some of us that be consistent in this class, if you point out that I told you that I have this other block for almost 1 month now. When price is up here, I point out this liquid. I say this is where I love to buy from. And but fortunately for unfortunately for me, I did not do a buy limit. And that is why sometimes I love to just, when I see my confirmation from higher time frame, I'll do a buy limit. Imagine if I have done a buy limit for almost 1 month that I have this thing mark out here. I said price was still here. I said the only way I want to buy AUD USD is this low. I said because this liquidity. Do you see how it work out? Price tap into it and we have to pull out. So it's matter of patience and everything. So now, to engage on this, there's a need for us. We need to see, because the reason is price is coming from higher time frame demand, and we are now between demand and supply. So on supply, we have a break of structure, a change of character, a change of character, a break of structure. So now price. So here now, if we see maybe 15-minute or 30-minute time frame, all we want to see. So come to 30 minutes, for example, we need to see what the sellers, which is supply, are in control. So how can we know that they are in control? We need price to close momentum like this, then we can now engage a sell. So anything like this, if we see a momentum like this high will become a protected high, then we can look for a sell. So this is what we should wait and look for this currency pair, especially. So that is it. So we'll be waiting, and if price fire up and break this high, then we can begin to look for bullish opportunity to go long. So you can see my plan A is to look for a sell back to this zone. My plan B is to look for a buy as price breakout from that. So dollar index has a lot of things to do from this, for all this trade that we just point out, from GU, EU, gold, NU, AU, then USD card. Yes, I make some money from USD card from this zone, but I was out around here. You can see I have been pointing out when price was here, I said this is the best place to look for a sell opportunity. And I have a pending order. I haven't forgotten that I have a pending order in one of my accounts here. So I just opened, I saw that. Immediately I saw this, I went to go and check. And at least this was about a tapping. This was about 80 pips. So currently I'm out. Why am I out? We can see how I have this trend line now, out price, bound from this trend line. So I will engage back. If I see a 4-hour candle close below this trend line. So that will be the next trade. And then this low will be my drawn on liquidity. So, and that is plan A. But plan B is we can still fire up back again, because if dollar begin to gain strength, so there's tendency that we can fire up. And the reason, I will tell you the reason why we can fire up. I will tell you the reason. The reason is we are coming from daily demand. So you must know where, especially when you see a reversal, you must know where price is coming from. And that's why some of us, though many of us, we are just scalping. So we don't look at, we just take some pips out of the market. But if you want to hold trade, you must know where your trade is coming from. You can see where price is coming from, this daily demand. And with momentum, look at, let me bold it. You can see a very strong engulfing candle that engulfed this doji candle. Though I'm still waiting for price to properly test this demand before we can fire up again. So there's possibility that we can trade back to this demand that I mark here, then before up push. Or price just decide to do what? To just start going and going. So eyes on USD card, and let's see we play out. Wow, I love USD Chef. This is a trade I posted on the community yesterday. This is it. So this was a very good ride. Now we have done with this. What's the next step of action? Let me delete all this now. So let me delete all this. So we can see how we have a good breakout structure. Boom. Then price create liquidity, tap into our supply zone. It was a nice sniper entry. Boom. Now we have hit. Now we have done what? We have another breakout structure coming. So we have. So let me remove this. Right. So we now have what? Another breakout structure. So sell side liquidity has been taken. Sell side liquidity has been taken, and it gives us what? A breakout structure. So we have done what? Another breakout structure. So where's our eye now? This one has done its own job. Boom. So where are we to engage this guy? Since we break structure, this high is no more the next high. So our next high, this is our next protected high. So this is our day. So now where's our daily range? Our daily range is between that high and this low for now. If we're going to see a pullback. So where do we engage this guy from? From this high to this low. So we now engage this guy from, we have, look at this big fair value gap. So inside this gap, so we can begin to see what? A looking for what? A sell opportunity. But me, I don't trade with fair value gap. I trade with demand or supply. So my fair value gap may be an instant of a good opportunity because to trade from the other block, because a solid, a valuable block must have imbalance. So now we now engage as price return. Firstly, we want to see price. There's no liquidity. Please don't quickly jump and sell. There's no liquidity yet. I want to see price go this way, coming back, create a leg like this, then before we now finally enter our zone. So this is what we want to see, just like what happened here. You can see a momentum. When the momentum was coming down, what happened? It created a liquidity there, as if they want to sell. This is an inducement. Many people begin to sell here. What they happen? They reverse bars because there was imbalance here. Tap into here. So we want to see a moving like this, a liquidity formation, this induce people as if they are selling. Then, so this is the zone that we will sell from. So that is my engagement on. So you see, I have a lot to play out. So patience is needed. It may be next month safe, but it's on. So USD JPY, USD JPY, you can see we still have price has not mitigate our, you can see we still have our drawn liquidity. So there's still room for what? A buy. And we can see that price is already pushing up. See how price tapping into this demand. Now, we can now come to, let's say you come to 15 minutes. Only I hate this pair. It will just be doing, imagine, no fair value gap, nothing to over engage that, okay, to join this buy. So you can turn here again. There can be what? Maybe opportunity what? To look for a buy. Because where it is now, we can't just jump enter. So if you come back, then we can continue to buy. So you can mark that place and look for your buy opportunity. If you want to buy USD JPY, then this target, I tell you, this will be a very sweet game. First target, second target. So, all right, guys, I think that will be all for this morning. Lesson 2, as we trade carefully. BTC, for those that trade BTC, I think BTC is up. It's up. So you can see, since you miss, I tell you now that price we target here. So let's see, maybe tomorrow, what will happen if we see a breakout to continue or a pullback to re-engage. So this is what I have for us. Trade safe and be guided. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, 9 to 10. Grace, chat me up. Has she gone? She has gone. Where is she? Madam Biola, chat me up on my DM, WhatsApp.
It's all right, sir.